Since we ended the mailbag on such a cheery note Saturday, and it was a cheery note.
Cheery.
Death and
Cheerios.
Carnage. Let me just start off by saying I have another death to talk about today.
Oh, great.
Which is why you should like, subscribe, and follow.
If you
I may have misread the room.
Death is the life for me.
Like, subscribe, follow. This is Truly News. It does wonders for our health. As long as we don't say things like dead.
Yeah. All the time.
Do we all the time?
Oh, no. Well, plenty of our stories involve
Okay, fine.
sandwiches hitting the
I have
floor.
a movie star who's unalive that you may not have heard of.
Okay. Cool.
Anyway, like, subscribe, follow. If you have a comment, you can leave it right here, or you can, if it's a longer missive, say you have an intense question, comment, conundrum, or snark, or maybe a story to share. That would fare best via email, or via for emails. I don't know. Anyway, the email address is titr@netradio.network.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
That was painful.
Story update. From Reason.com.
Uh-oh.
A
Some of their stuff is very good, by the way.
Yeah, oh, yeah. A New Hampshire bakery has won a crucial victory in its fight to preserve a mural of donuts and other baked goods above its storefront. You remember this story?
Mm-hmm.
While town officials have attempted to force the bakery to remove the mural, citing zoning regulations.
Wow. So the city has become like a giant housing association.
Right.
Great.
A federal court ruled that the city cannot enforce its sign rules against the bakery. Now, this goes back to what, 2022, because we've been doing updates on this for a couple of years.
Yep.
Sean
You
Young,
like donuts. Okay.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
the owner of Levitt's County Bakery, a popular bakery in Conway, New Hampshire, collaborated with a local high school art class to paint a mural for the bakery's storefront. The students' mural depicted baked goods, forming the shape of a mountain range, with a multicolored sunrise in the background and some little sprinkles.
It's kind of cool.
It is, and it's colorful, and it tells you exactly what you need to know about what's going on underneath it.
Yeah. Donuts.
Initially, the mural didn't cause any controversy.
Sugar baked and stuff.
And it was even covered positively by the local media.
Well,
However-
now I'm torn.
Right? However, just about a week after being installed, Conway's code enforcement officer, Jeremy Gibbs, a known nose sticker-inner, told Young the mural violated town zoning rules. Well, the court had something to say.
Why? Ow, what?
Yeah, because of the way their rules worked. A mural was one thing, a sign was another thing. And signs couldn't be bigger than
take
X.
a Banksy and be done.
Exactly. And the problem is,
I'm sorry. Sign
wasn't-
it, Banksy.
it wasn't evenly enforced.
No.
So the court had something to say
Wait.
about that.
A rule the government doesn't evenly enforce?
Court
No.
The court rules only that Conway's application of its sign code, and specifically its enforcement of the sign code, to the Levitt sign in the particular manner it employed in this case, does not withstand any level of constitutional scrutiny, reads a ruling from District Judge Joseph N. LaPlante, enjoining the town from forcing Young to remove the mural. Today's ruling makes it clear that what Conway was doing was discriminating against certain signs based on what officials thought they depicted. And that's a clear First Amendment violation.
They depict donuts and baked things.
Well, that makes it a sign and not a mural because that's a commercial
Bakery in the building.
and they own the building.
Well, that apparently doesn't matter in this country as much as it used to.
Well, apparently it does, though, because the judge said, knock it the heck off.
No, ask the Montana guys who are still fighting the feds years and years later because of a pond on their land, entirely on their land.
Oh, my.
It's ugly.
All
I think
right.
it's either Montana or Wyoming.
So it's
Chris, check that for me.
Waitana, Montoming.
A moment of silence, please. We are mourning the death of a movie star once featured in such great films as Happy Gilmore and Dr. Dolittle 2. No, not Dr. Dolittle, also Dr. Dolittle 2, the second one with Eddie.
Yeah. Okay. I thought Dr. Dolittle had...
He died at over 80 years old. We don't have an exact date because the movie star who died was an alligator. And on May 11th, the the Colorado Gator Farm posted on Facebook about the passing of their oldest alligator, Morris.
Morris, we hardly knew you.
Well, he'd been around for anywhere from 80 to 90 years, although some think it could have been over 100. So, he was known for his work in several movies and TV shows before he retired at Colorado Gators Reptile Park.
Had this great sense of humor, always had a smile for everybody.
He is an alligator. Was an alligator. The farm doesn't know his exact age. They're estimating based on teeth size. Because he did, if nothing else, have great dental hygiene. His skincare regime could use a little work because he was kind of... Before he retired in Mosca, Colorado. Mosca?
M-O-S?
C-A.
Yeah, that's what I'd said.
Okay. He was once the it alligator in Hollywood. Wow, all of the young starlets who were it girls are now going, yo!
Yeah. Oh, he had a centerfold in Lizard Weekly.
Morris was that the one with all the chicks? Well, it was supposed to have all the chicks, but...
Yeah, right, exactly.
A lot of apologies. Morris was found in a backyard in Los Angeles. Yes, he's what we refer to as an illegal pet. Only we don't deport anything, so they found him. They thought he was maybe 10 or 20 years old then.
Okay.
How long was he living in L.A.? That would explain the skin problem. Morris was given to the only person in the city with the right permits, who, of course, was someone in the film industry. And the rest, as they say, was his story. Or history, if you actually don't want to mess up the English language more than it is. According to the owner of the reptile park, Jay Young, Morris was a star because of his aggressive behavior, as seen in Happy Gilmore. Isn't he the one that ended up chomping the hand?
I have no idea.
You've never seen Happy Gilmore?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's awful, but Carl Weathers has a wood hand. It's because of the gator.
There we go.
He was also in Dr. Dolittle 2, Interview with a Vampire. Harder to see there because when they're in New Orleans, the gators aren't exactly. What happens if a gator and a vampire tussle?
Ooh.
He was in the movie Eraser with, what's his name? Arnold.
Okay.
Blues Brothers 2000, which 8 people saw and 422 people made. He was also on Jay Leno with Steve Irwin. Colorado Gators told Fox 31 that Morris was forced to retirement after he tore up the set of the 90s sitcom Coach. I've seen some of the episodes, and I really like Coach, but they could use more Jerry Van Dyke.
It really could.
He was moved to Colorado in 2006, where he spent the rest of his days lolling about in the sun. Maybe he learned to ski. Where's Mosca?
This from Apple News via Patrick Reed.
Chris, where's Mosca? Colorado.
Okay.
Michelle, where's Mosca, Colorado? Somebody in Colorado. Tell me where Colorado is, or where Mosca is.
A man sandwich.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I don't want to keep interrupting you. You have a story to do, and it's probably very good.
A man sandwich was hurled to the floor by his pet lion only days after buying it.
I was wrong.
Akil Fakir Aldin, 50, was Akil Fakir Aldin.
Okay.
Fakir. Boy, I'm not going to keep trying.
Nope. Give it up now.
50 was attacked by the predator, which devoured most of his sandwich at his home in Kufa, Iraq. He had for years kept lions and other wild animals in his garden, having purchased another lion earlier this month just to tame it. But the wildcat pounced on Aldine and bit his neck and chest while he approached its cage.
I see the flaw in the plan.
Apparently, it could get out of its cage at will.
Well,
Aldine's neighbor heard the man's screams and attempted to save him by shooting the lion with a Kalashnikov rifle, otherwise called an AK-47. Wow, this person's first language is not English.
What the hell kind of neighborhood does he live in?
I've got an SKS. That's the precursor to the AK.
I have ADHD. Are we just throwing out letters here or what?
He killed the lion after firing at it 7 times, according to...
He killed the lion.
Shafak News Agency. Police say the lion was put down by the authorities because it refused to leave the remains of the sandwich.
Well, do you like being interrupted in the middle of dinner?
Iraq has long struggled with illegal wildlife trafficking, an issue exacerbated by war, a lack of regulation, and the high price tags such animals have. Patrick says, what do these simpletons expect? I will hazard a guess, Patrick. Not that.
Be my guess.
Yep.
Yep.
They think they're safe. They're idiots.
See, the trouble with wild animals that you think is your pet
is that they're still wild animals.
They think they still wild animals.
Mm-hmm. And you look like lunch.
All you need is a can of soup. A top-tier Bulgarian soccer team has apologized after it held a minute's silence before its recent match to mourn a former player.
Why would you have to apologize for something like that?
Oh, come on, think about it. Let me explain. Before Arda Kardzali's game against Levski Sofia in Bulgaria's first league, both sets of players lined up near the center of the field that's pitched, to those of you big into soccer stuff.
Well, or rugby.
To honor Arda's former player, Petko Ganchev.
Ah, Petko.
Before the game was finished, though, however, same thing.
Yes, okay.
Arda published a statement on Facebook apologizing to Ganchev, saying they had received bad information about his death. The management of PFC Arda would like to express a huge apology to the former Arda player Petko Ganchev and his relatives after the club received wrong information about his death. We wish Petko many more years of good health and to enjoy the success of Arda. Oops. In the aftermath of the incident, Ganchev detailed on to Bulgarian media how he found out. Said he never misses a chance to watch his former team on TV. But against Levski, he was running about 10 minutes late because of work.
So he missed everything.
Ganchev told Bulgarian news outlet Blitz, while I was driving home, my phone started ringing a lot. We would say, see, he's Bulgarian. He speaks in sentences. Here we'd say, man, my phone blew up. But I'm driving and don't dare to pick it up. See, here we'd have picked it up.
Ooh, I like this guy.
So did his wife. Does his wife. It's hard got to keep your present tenses. When he got home, his wife welcomed him in tears. Explaining, quote now, on the television they announced that you had passed. And she knew that couldn't be true because he was a ball hog. She then made that part up. She said they called her on the phone, told her what they heard was announced ahead of the match between Arda and Levski. Ganchev said with a smile, to bury you alive is very stressful.
I didn't like it much.
Truthfully, the situation was not that pleasant, but at the end of the day, we have to be positive. I just poured myself a small brandy.
and negotiated weekends out of the hole.
I would think. Arda and Levski, by the way, would go on to a 1-all draw, which is the excitement of soccer right there.
80 minutes.
Of nothing. 80 minutes. And, okay, in soccer, do they get... Vlad, you're of some sort of European descent? Sort of?
Sort of.
Well, you used to be until they left the EU. Wait,
Yeah.
did you leave the EU? Yeah, well, you're living in a country that left the EU.
Yes.
Which I'm
Sort
proud
of.
of them for. Sort of. Where was I now?
Asking about something regarding,
Soccer related.
yeah.
Do they get a point if they tie or just half a point?
Oh, that's an interesting point.
And I'm honestly, there are some sports, hockey for one, that should be okay with ties
Yeah.
during the regular season.
Yeah, they should.
They
I
should
agree.
be.
I
Because
agree.
there are times both teams battle their ever-loving butts off.
Yep.
And no, somebody has to lose because Americans is too stupid. No, we're not. We get it.
Yeah.
There are some, but they vote Democrat and they'll be gone soon anyway.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
And then they'll vote Democrat more.
Joe Biden says so.
Sure. It must be true. He signed it. Sorry. I'm just going to sit here quietly.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.